Prediction market Kalshi has suspended 3 congressional candidates from its platform for betting on their own races. According to a statement, the move followed an internal probe over political insider trading. Lawmakers from both parties have recently raised concerns about the growing prediction market and the potential for it to undermine U.S. elections. Now, Kalshi said the candidates involved were independent Mark Warren, who is running for Senate in Virginia, Republican Ezekiel Enriquez, who ran in Texas for a House seat, and Democrat Matt Klein, who ran for House in Minnesota. They each reportedly placed bets around $100 on themselves.
That's the opening bell on Wall Street. L3 Harris Technologies gets the honor today. It's an American defense contractor. One of the things I love about doing this every morning is that I find out all these different company names that I've never heard of before, and also have incredibly weird names, which I'm sure mean something to them, but mean absolutely nothing to the rest of us. L3 Harris. And here's a live look at the markets this morning. This is kind of where it's opened every day, Kelly. Like 0.5% here and there, either up 0.5% or down 0.5%. S&P 500 futures fell a bit this morning after the broad market index rose to new records on Wednesday night. Oil prices also rose slightly, with Brent crude topping $100 a barrel. All right, so let's get back to that story on Kalshi insider trading. So, Kelly, Kalshi and my wife works on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. They had a very big segment that she produced this week on the show, last week on the show. And part of it was looking at whether or not Kalshi has safeguards in place to block political candidates or, people who should not be trading, including people who are trading on elections that they happen to be contesting or in. Do you think that, how do you read Kalshi's narrative to the press, which is that they should be treated just like a commodities exchange? If that's true, then can you really bet if you're against yourself? It's like betting on baseball if you play baseball.
Yeah, right. Well, I think this is really important in terms of the next step to legitimization for this, because I think a lot of people have looked at this and said, prediction markets, like, what is it? I can just really bet on anything. I can bet, if you go on it right now, you can bet if Jesus Christ is going to rise again, right? Like, you can literally bet on anything. And so I think this is really important, because if you look at insider trading when it comes to the stock market, right? There is a set of rules in place, and that helps make it, quote, fair. And I go to the story of my husband. So he used to work at the NBA. And if you are at the NBA, you are not allowed to place bets on fantasy sports, on basketball, right? So he couldn't go on DraftKings, he couldn't go on any of those others. So he left the NBA, and he went to place a bet like about, 6 months later, and he got flagged by DraftKings. By DraftKings? Yes. And they said, are you still working at the NBA? How did they know?
Because he had to disclose
it? Because it was just, they had a list of people that were associated with.
I'm sure it was AI.
And so he was like, no, I don't work there anymore. Well, actually, you have to wait a full year until you're able to do that. And so I bring that point up because a lot of these other betting style apps, websites, they have these safeguards in place already, because they've already gone through this element of dealing with, okay, well, what do we do when you have someone who's betting on themselves or has insider knowledge?
So do you expect that we will see more probes into Kalshi? And does this administration, or any administration, but the one that we're in now, have the appetite to regulate these markets?
I do think that we're going to see more probes, because I think you're going to see more people, whether it's sports, whether it's people maybe having knowledge of M&A that's about to happen.
But also like political events. We've seen a lot of money flowing in at weird times during, momentous political milestones. And, you got to wonder what's going on.
Absolutely. The question of whether the administration has the appetite to, I think they've got a lot of things on their plate. And this is just one of many. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Really interesting. Thanks, Kelly. Maybe you're sitting here co-anchoring with me, so I don't really have to thank you, but I appreciate the thanks, Thank you.